Hello, everyone, and welcome to this demo of CarbonSuite's brand new AI scan functionality. Now, just to level set here, this is not an entire demo of the full CarbonSuite application, just a new feature demo taking a look at how our new AI capabilities can scan through PDFs that appear on your NetSuite vendor bills and other transactions to search for activity data that's required for carbon accounting within the CarbonSuite application. If you're interested in seeing a full demo or want more information about CarbonSuite, you can take a look at our website. It is carbon-suite.com. So starting off, I'm going to move over here to our mission workbench. Now, if you recall from other demo videos, the emission workbench is kind of a reconciliation page that allows you to um, automatically pull data from NetSuite transactions and calculate your company's carbon emissions. And the record that it creates is called a GHG transaction. So we're looking at here a list of successfully calculated GHG transactions. So for the purpose of the demo today, we'll look at three different types of bills in the system. One will be an electricity bill, one will be a natural gas bill, and then one will look at a water bill. Starting off with the electricity bill. So again, I'm starting from the emission workbench here because these are already successfully calculated GHG transactions. So I'll go ahead and open this up. On this page, we've got the carbon emissions calculated in metric tons. So this is a completed GHG transaction. We can see the data source it came from this bill in the system, which we'll take a look at in a second here. We can see the activity data that it used emission factors from the Australia database. And we can see that it's calculated emissions using an input of roughly 4,000 kilowatt hours. Okay. So we'll take a look at how the system is able to capture this data automatically. So open up a bill here. This is an electricity bill for this vendor called Lumo Energy. We've got items on the bill, one item for electricity, and then the rate, which is the financial amount of just over $1,000. Now you can notice here, these are the CarbonSuite fields on a line level that allow you to capture additional activity data. And in this case, an electricity bill, this would likely be the kilowatt hour usage. And what we're finding is that sometimes when you're entering some of these bills, it can be difficult to figure out which information to gather from the bill. It can be time consuming as well to scan through the bill on your own and input this activity data at the time of bill entry. So what we're releasing with this new feature is the capability for AI to actually scan through the bill for you, the PDF that you receive from your vendor, and then record the activity amount on the GHG transaction calculated. So we'll take a look at how this works. I'm going to come over here, the Files tab, and open up this PDF. So if I zoom in for us, so what we have here is an electricity bill, and it's got various different types of information. It's got the financial amount, just over $1,000 here. It's got kind of some graphs and charts about energy usage, average daily usage over the period here of 91 days. Scroll down here, there's some additional usage and supply details. So we can see that there are meter reads, transaction charges and peak versus off peak. So these are kind of common data that you would potentially see on an electricity bill. And what the AI has done is it's actually taken, in this case, with our instruction, it's taken the average daily use for this account, 44.75 kilowatt hours, multiplied by the 91 days. And it's captured that information if I go back into the NetSuite transaction after the AI scan is complete. It captures the multiplication of the average by the total number of days and gets the kilowatt hour usage here. Okay. So what it's done is it's automatically through CarbonSuite, it's generated the GHG transaction associated with this vendor bill, and automatically calculated the greenhouse gas emissions. So it's a huge enhancement from our kind of standard functionality, where now the accounting team that's entering the bill, or maybe it gets integrated from another system, they're not actually responsible for capturing the data at the line level. The AI functionality will do it for them. Okay, we'll take a look at a couple different examples if I come back to the emission workbench here. Next, we'll look at a gas bill. So again, same kind of thing here. We've got a successfully calculated GHG transaction. We've got the emissions in metric tons of carbon dioxide broken out by different greenhouse gas. We've got all of our data linking it to the emission factor that was used to make this calculation. This is all standard up to this point CarbonSuite functionality that automatically calculates and ties your GHG transactions to your NetSuite records. So in this case, the activity amount is 35,251 cubic meters of natural gas. So let's take a look at how the AI functionality was able to pull this data this time. So similar kind of story here. We've got a bill, this time a natural gas bill, true gas, an item, natural gas at the line level. We've got just the financial amount captured at the line level. Notice again, no activity data was captured here on the transaction because we're relying on the AI functionality to get it right from the PDF. So I'll come in here to our Files tab, open up the PDF, and let's zoom in for us so we can all see well. So you've got the current charges of just over $48,000 on the invoice billing. All this is more kind of financial information. We've got some usage summary charts here. Coming down to the meter information, this time the AI was instructed via the automation to search directly for the cubic meters in the consumption. So this time what it's doing is it's seeing that there's this meter information available. It's been instructed to find the activity data, and it can see this number 35,251 cubic meters, and that's what it uses to populate the activity data on the GHG transaction. So just swinging back into the bill here, again, if I look at the carbon accounting subtab in the joint GHG transaction, we've got 35,251 cubic meters, and then the total carbon footprint impact of that transaction there. Okay, so again, it's on its own as you kind of, just standard functionality running the CarbonSuite workbench, it's actually scanning through that PDF and pulling the data directly for you. So one final example, we'll look at a water bill. And we can see here we've got two water GHG related transactions, one for sewage disposal item, one for water consumption. And these are actually both coming from the same bill, but they create two separate GHG transactions because we have different emission factors for water treatment versus water consumption, right? So if I open up one of these, we can see that it's tied to this bill. We've got the emission factor linkage. This is a water supply, 10,034 cubic meters. And just for completeness here, we'll look at the sewage disposal as well. This one is tied to the source type water treatment, so slightly different emission calculation, and it's actually 73.47 cubic meters, okay? So again, one more time, looking at an example to see how the AI pulled this data in. We've got this vendor bill for a water provider, two items, water consumption and sewage disposal, financial amount captured, no activity data captured. Same story here, right? Now this one's interesting. If I open up the invoice here, so what we can see, I'll zoom in one more time. So this would be your standard water bill. You've got the amount due, and financial data, payment terms, etc. And if we come down to the meter data, what's amazing about this one is that the functionality was intelligent enough to understand that there was water consumption and sewage disposal, right? And like I mentioned before, those are two different emission factors. So it sees that there's two lines. It's got 10,034 as the activity amount for water consumed. Sewage disposal is 7347. What it's able to do is it's take these two different lines on the PDF input. It understands that the NetSuite transaction has two lines here, and it's actually able to create one GHG transaction per NetSuite transaction line. So then we've got 1,034 cubic meters, 7,347 cubic meters for the treatment, and then the emission calculations for each of these. So again, the AI is able to scan through that PDF, find different types of data structure on the PDF, map it back to the NetSuite transaction lines, and then automatically capture and calculate the GHG emissions from that particular transaction. It's pretty impressive functionality here. And again, in CarbonSuite, this is all automated in your system, kind of happening in the background. So just kind of wrapping up here, I'll return to our dashboard for closing comments. This is CarbonSuite's brand new AI scan functionality. If you want to learn more about this or kind of get in touch with us, you can send us an email at info@carbon-suite.com or visit us on the website carbon-suite.com. And we'd love to discuss it more and get your feedback. Thanks so much.